So we are going to continue from where we left off with the entertainment industry. Today we are going to be talking about souls. We are going to be talking about old souls. We are going to be talking about new souls and how these two actually collaborate when it comes to a person being born, either a gay person or a lesbian person. Understanding the context of what your soul actually represents give you the innermost insight of how or why these people behave the way in which they behave. Everything inside of this world is spirit, and I told you that spirit is the particular frequency that exists in everything inside of this world. But when you move from spirit into matter, you are picking a form, and the form that truly exists inside of this world is the Adam and then the Eve, or the divine masculine and then the divine feminine, the left part of yourself and then the right part of yourself. Every man has a woman inside of him. That is why you have a creative essence. That is why you have an intuitive essence. That is why you are able to sum up ideas into solving activities in which normally a man would just react that way. But you being able to sustain that particular level of an equilibrium shows that you are expressing yourself in a creative way. Okay? And the divine feminine too, you have a masculine inside of you. Your brain is divided into two, the left side and the right side of yourself. One depicting a man and one depicting a woman. It's reason and then intuition. It's logic and then creativity. Both are the two sides of yourself. So you being able to understand what your soul is and why that it takes these particular forms and behaves the way it behaves will give you the innermost understanding about how we quickly judge things inside of this world. Is this something that is of a natural existence? Do gay people naturally, does it exist? Or is this something that is modified? And if it is modified, how do we go about it? And if it is of a natural cause, is this something that needs to be legalized or it needs something to be established? All that depends on you. You is the mind, you is the soul. You decide whatever it is, that choice that you choose inside of this life. I am here to give you the explanation of what the knowledge, what the real essence, what everything is. You get to make the choice. Okay? So let's start with what souls are first. In this particular world that we all live in, we both understand that before a new life can be formed, it takes both the efforts of the mother and then the efforts of the father to combine into summoning or creating a particular essence that comes out as a baby. Okay? So now, how does these two energies actually call out the soul? I will explain this in a simple manner, okay? Let's say the frequency of the father is operating at a frequency of 555. If you, the man, you are operating at a frequency of 555, and the divine feminine or your woman or the wife is also operating at a frequency of 543. 543 and 555. These are two different frequencies. Now, when it comes to summoning a soul into this particular world, because nothing in this world can exist without the soul. Okay, everything that is physical, everything that experiences fear, everything that has limitations of the body as compared to the mind has a level of soul within themselves. Okay, no one truly lives inside this world without a soul. The soul is either so small because you have chosen not to nurture it over the lifetimes that you've reincarnated, or the soul is so big that you have enough in order to share with everybody else. That is what Christ is. Okay? So, when it comes to summoning souls into this particular realm, the man and then the woman is usually involved with each other. And when this thing happens, they sum up the frequencies of them two. The masculine and then the feminine becomes one. And then the particular frequency that you sum up, the 555 and the 545, the total amount of frequency that you are going to get, okay, is going to be the one thing that summons the soul from the soul world. What is the soul world? Every single one of you that is experiencing this reality, like I said, you are all here to heal certain aspect part of yourself. Be it that you are here to heal fear, be it that you are here to heal regret, be it that you are here to heal grief. Every single one of you is here for a particular resonance growth. The more you heal these particular centers of yourself, the higher vibration that you become. Okay? So when you come into this particular world in healing your fear, in which you weren't able to heal the fear to that particular level that allows you to gain a new form of consciousness, then your time reaches, then your soul leaves this body, and then it goes back to the soul world. There is the ancestral plane. We'll talk about that in another time. But this one, there's something called a soul world. You go there, that is the judgmental part of yourself. You reassessing what you did in this particular life. You seeing what you have done to this person, to that person. You actually feel like, yeah, I'm grateful to myself that I'm able to help this person this way. Or I am not so happy about criticizing this person that way. I'm not happy for acting this way towards this person. I should have been able to do better. That is your own book, okay? You're being presented with the book of life, and then the book of death is about you judging the actions that you took whilst you were physical into this particular realm, okay? Everyone inside of this world is always responsible for their own actions. That means that you are being presented with two forms of choices, either to act or not to act. That is why you always have thoughts, and your thought is always speaking to you. Yeah, what you're about to do, it isn't good. And one thought is what you're about to do is good. Continue doing it. You are the final C. That means that you are the O in between the G and then the D. Okay, you are God, the O in between the G, the generator, and then the destroyer. So once you add your consent to a particular decision, then it begins to take a physical form. That is why you judge your own self by going back and then to reincarnate into fixing the problems through which you could have avoided if you had lived a simple life inside of this world. You understand? Knowing yourself is living simple. Ignorance is what usually causes the problem. Okay? So let's take a little bit deeper into that. After the man and then the woman have combined their frequencies, they summon a particular soul. So every soul in the soul society is also operating at a different frequency. Let's say the ones there are also operating at a 997, 994, 257, 113, and all different sorts of different vibrational frequencies. All of you has a spirit, but you are all vibrating differently. Okay, so depending on the frequencies that when the father and then the mother combined will tell you the soul that they are going to be summoning from the soul society. Do you understand this? When you combine the 555 plus the 545, the amount of number or frequency that you are going to be getting is going to be the one that is going to be attracting the same frequency from the soul society. So when it comes to mixing these particular genome systems, the baby or the soul that is coming into this world already has certain part of themselves that they need to heal, that is in connection with the mother and then the father. It's very simple. When the baby is coming up, his way of healing things inside of this world is by healing his fear. Another person's own might be guilt. Another person's own might be shame. Another person's own might be different forms of ways through which is in alignment with the soul nature of your body, which are what you call the chakras. Okay? You need to heal them. And healing them simply means that your father and your mother are going to be the ones to facilitate. Okay? You are not just born into your family by accident. Every single one that is being born inside of your family is there to learn a certain aspect of growth and development from you. You are also there to learn development and grow from them. Your behavior reflects them and their behavior reflects you. You build your whole self on your family. You being innocent, your family is the one thing that grooms you, that grows you. Whatever you turn into depends on what you accept about yourself in this particular world. Do you understand? Now, what is the new soul? Let's dive into that. Is there something called a new soul? Or are there souls that are new? Is that why they are called new souls? The fact that I explained that every single one of you is operating at a different frequency will tell you whether you are of an old soul or you are of a new soul. Then calling you a new soul doesn't mean that your soul is new. It simply means that your level of awareness is lower than someone of an old soul or someone of an ancient soul. Every single one of you is classified under the levels through which you understand yourselves. The way in which you interpret your being, the way in which you understand your innermost self will allow or is the one thing that dictates high level or how level high that you go in your frequency vibration. And when it comes to old souls, they are also the ones that have a higher vibration or a higher frequency than those that haven't healed their traumatic experiences or their fears, their regret, their shame, and then their self-blame, and then their grief. Okay? That is how it is arranged. The more awareness that you have inside of this world, the more that you are able to see and then to be able to create. So that is the difference between an old soul and then a new soul. Okay, let's make it simple like that. So when it comes to broadening this, how is all this connected to a person being born a lesbian or a person being born a gay? Let's go to the board so that this thing will be much easier. Okay, so if you look at this is like the stick representation of who you are. Okay, everyone has a divided brain. Okay, you have the right side of yourself and then the left side of yourself. Okay, and then the same way a man also have the left part of themselves and then the right aspect of themselves. Everyone is born this way. Okay, when it comes to you being a new soul's frequency, let's say this is a new soul. Okay, and the frequency of a new soul is the one I was talking about, 5, 4, 5. Okay, and the frequency of an old soul is 5. The frequency of an old soul is 5, 5, 5. Okay, the 5, 5, 5 is bigger than the 5, 4, 5. All right, so when it comes to manifesting into this physical plane, okay, due to the level of frequencies that this particular soul, which is an old soul, have, because its frequency is bigger than that of the frequency of the new soul, it can hijack the body of the new soul. Every soul inside of the soul society, let's say this is the soul world. Okay, this is where every soul goes after it has left this physical body. So for it to come back into this physical body or this physical world that we call earth, okay, let's say this is earth, it needs a physical vessel. It has to come here as a physical vessel. It cannot come here in a soul form that is visible enough to experience this reality with 5 physical senses. So what it does is that it builds a body. Okay, and in a regular way of understanding things, this is like the creation of a baby. I told you, like when a woman and then a man comes together with the intention or not the intention of having children, they summon frequencies. That is why some pregnancies are optional and other pregnancies comes as an emergency. Okay, so if you don't choose one, you need to get pregnant. So when it comes to this, it is divided into 2. You have the right part of yourself, which is the masculine, the feminine, and then the left part of yourself, which is the masculine. Every single one of you, whether you are born as a man, okay, as male, or you are born as female, these are 2 different aspects that represents the same thing. In every man exists a woman, okay, and in every woman exists a man. You have a left brain and then a right brain. So the left aspect part of you is what represents the divine masculine or the man in you. Okay? And the right part of the man is what represents the divine feminine of himself. So you are like half pieces of the puzzle. You are being born as a male, but inside of you there exists a female. You are being born as a female, but inside of you exists a male. That is how it happens. So for you to manifest from the spirit world into the physical world deals with the combination of this male and then female. Okay? The father and then the mother. The frequencies of the father, let's say, is 4, 3, 2. Okay? And the frequencies of the mother is 4, 2, 3. Okay? Now, if you add 4, 2, 3, and then 4, 3, 2, the amount of frequency that you are going to be getting, okay, I don't have the time to calculate. You can calculate it. Let's say it sums up to 5, 5, 5. Okay, so the particular soul that you are going to be summoning into this realm is going to be at the frequency of this. And every soul inside of this world has a different aspect of themselves that needs healing. Okay, some of you are here to heal your fear, others are here to heal their regret, others are here to heal their grief, others are here to heal their shame. It's a whole lot of things. So depending on what you are coming here to heal, is going to be the frequency that your father and your mother or your whole family is going to be the one to assist you to overcome. Every child from the developmental stages of its mother till it comes out of this world, it is as innocent as everything else. But once it comes out into this world, it begins to pick its character from the parents, from their siblings, from the aunties, and from the uncles to build a particular self. That is the form of reflection of the outside. The outside needs is the physical needs. The inside needs or the soul need become what it forgets, because it has been lowered from a spirit essence where it remembers everything about itself into a place that it only remembers 1% of itself. This world that you live in, okay, this world that you currently live in is one single cell, okay, in a billions or in a multiple worlds living within another organism, okay? Just like the way you came as a result of one single cell that divided yourself, multiplied to build a body of 3.7 trillion cells. That is only to the body. Okay, but when we talk about the synapses of the brain, that is a whole infinite form of something that they don't even know. Okay, so when it comes to this particular world, it's a single cell. What that simply means is that this world is also evolving as you. So if you are born into this particular world, okay, you need a physical vessel. And a physical vessel simply means that you are reducing in consciousness. And if you are reducing in consciousness, then these particular cells that exist inside of you is the same cell that is summoning the frequency that is in resonance with this. So when the father and then the mother climax, when you are having an intercourse and you climax, that particular frequency that you are producing is the frequency that is going to be attracting either a new soul or an old soul into this particular physical world. Okay? It's very simple like that. So let's say, okay, this is the frequency of a new soul. Okay? 4, 3, okay. This is the frequency of a new soul. 5, 5, 5. Okay? You are coming into this particular world to heal 1, your fear. 2, your regret. Everything that you live in your past life is what is continuing you on this particular level. So in your past life, if your frequency were 555, that means that the intercourse between the father and the mother is going to be calling you back to actually come back and heal your fear and then to heal your regret. But if you are into this particular world where you were 555 and then you were able to heal your fear, if you are coming back, your frequency is going to grow from 555 to 567 or something different. That means that if the father and then the mother climax or they are together frequency is summoning 555, it doesn't summon you again. It summons a different person. Okay? You are of a different level, so that frequency no longer resonates with you. People that combine their frequency to get 567 are the ones that you are going to be born into. Is that very simple? Okay? So when it comes to new souls and then old souls, due to the level to which the new soul is operating, a new soul can start building a body. Like I said, if you are supposed to come into this world 555 to heal fear and regret, and the only vessel that will allow you to experience reality in a form that you'll be able to heal these two things is a man. Okay? It's a man. You are going to be born into this world as a man. Alright? You are going to be born into this physical realm as a man. If coming to this world as a woman is the one that is going to assist you in healing your fear and then your regret, you are going to be reborn into this world as a female. That is how it is. Okay? Them telling you don't choose your gender. No. You choosing your gender is dependent on the particular frequency that needs healing. The frequency will choose the gender for you. Do you understand? So when it comes to old souls and then new souls, how does the body usually switch? Okay? And I told you that when it comes to bipolar people, are people that have multiple personalities, okay? You don't call it disorder. It's not a disorder. It's an orderly way of understanding things, because every single one of you inside of this world have a soul, okay? That means that you are one particular world, okay? Like the earth that houses many worlds. I am a world, you are a world, every single one of us is a single world. That means that we have the ability to house more than souls inside of our mind, okay? The highest soul that everybody inside of this world can sustain is 9. Because when it comes to the neuron workings of your brain, it's a complicated game altogether. So when it comes to people that are bipolar, that houses more than 2 or 3 souls, their life is usually very stressful. Okay? Because whenever a soul comes online, the other ones have to go to sleep. Okay, you can do things without it you are actually remembering. And if you learn to be able to work with them, you can be able to understand them and then incorporate them at the different levels of your life that needs healing. Okay? We'll talk more into bipolar issues. Okay, because most of them, it usually happens when they are carrying souls from a different dimension. Most of them, when it comes to being able to calm down enough to actually resonate to that particular frequency, it's a life challenge. Okay, so we'll speak more into bipolar. But for now, let's stay with this. So if you coming into this world, female is going to be the best choice for you. You will be born a female. Born a male, you are going to become a male. Do you understand? But when it comes to old souls, due to how their level of frequency is very different, okay? Let's say this is an old frequency, and then a new frequency is 5, 5, 5, okay? You and I can attest that 5, 6, 7 is bigger than 5, 5, 5. So what happens is that if an old soul is supposed to wait, okay, for a particular frequency of this particular category, for them to summon it, because of how you people are living inside of this world, your frequency is usually very low. Okay? Because of how you are vibrating very low, you will not be able to summon the old soul, in which the old soul too needs to grow. Do you understand? Most of the time, I think about it and then I feel this way, it is not your fault. Okay? Because it tells us that to be able to call in a big soul, you need to increase your vibrational frequency. The father and the mother must be of a higher frequency in order to summon a higher soul. But if they cannot summon a higher soul, and the higher soul too needs to come into this physical world, then it has to take the body of a new soul. Okay? It has to hijack the body of a new soul. And what that usually happens is that if you are supposed to come to this world as a new soul to heal your fear, and the manifestation is a man, okay, your physical form is a man, and then the old soul is supposed to come back to this world, and this physical manifestation is supposed to be a woman, then that is when the problem usually starts from. Okay? The old soul is going to jump into a different body. The body that isn't meant for it. Do you understand? That means that every single resonance about the old soul is going to be that of a female. Okay? Every emotional resonance is going to be more of a female dominated than it is of a man. So you are going to be a woman inside the body of a man. A male. That is what gay is. Okay? That is what gay is. There's a natural principle to it. It's a natural principle.